Praise be Jesus Christ. I'm Sister Gabriella of the Incarnation, and I want to continue our talk about how Pope Francis' Apostolic Constitution, Vultum Dei Quaerere, came to be written. I said in our last video that the Congregation for Consecrated Life had sent out a letter to all of the communities of contemplative nuns around the world, to 4,000 communities, telling them that there would be a year for consecrated life from autumn in 2014 to the Feast of the Presentation on February 2nd, 2016. It also included a questionnaire about serious matters concerning our life, our formation, autonomy of our communities, and how we understand our place in the Church as contemplative nuns. At the end of the year of consecrated life, there was a meeting in Rome of various members of different institutes of consecrated life and societies of apostolic life. It was open to all participants, consecrated men and women in the Church. I was able to attend as the delegate of our St. Joseph's Association, together with the president of our association. The meeting took place in Rome at the end of January and the beginning of February 2016. It was strenuous, exciting, and very informative. We all met together in the Paul VI Hall, some 4,000 consecrated men and women, for the first conferences, one of which was on contemplation and was given by our Carmelite friar, Father Miguel Marquez Calle. Then we divided into groups. There were the groups of members of societies of apostolic life, the consecrated virgins, men religious, women religious of active life, and there were the monastics. We were the monastics, the contemplative nuns, and there were 300 of us. Dominican nuns, Benedictine nuns, Carmelites, Poor Clares, Augustinians, adorers of the precious blood, and others. We met at the buildings of the Pontifical Urban University, and you can see our program on our website. There were several conferences and also question and answer periods where any of us could speak up. In our following videos, I will talk about the different conferences, especially the conferences which summarized our answers to the questionnaire. The meetings concluded an audience with Pope Francis in the Paul VI Hall, and it ended with Mass at St. Peter's Basilica on the evening of the Feast of the Presentation. There were far too many people trying to get into the Basilica for everyone to manage it, and many of us had to stay outside in St. Peter's Square, I and my colleague included. But we didn't miss out on the Pope. Pope Francis surprised everyone at the end of the Mass by insisting on coming out and talking to us. One detail which you might not have heard, of course, all the participants had to pay their own way. Everybody had to pay their transportation to and from Rome, and also their room and board while they were taking part in the meeting, except the monastics. Pope Francis so much wanted to have the contemplative nuns take part in this meeting that he arranged to have the Vatican pay for and organize our room and board during the meetings. We Carmelites, all 60 of us, stayed at a lovely retreat house run by the Salesians. It was a beautiful gesture of appreciation on the part of Pope Francis. And now every time I read or hear that Pope Francis just hates contemplative nuns, I remember the beautiful hospitality that we experienced at his hands. Thank you for listening. Please be sure to watch our upcoming videos. Visit us on our website, www.seekingthefaceofgod.org, and also please like us on our Facebook page. And especially, please make us known to anyone who values contemplative life in the Church. God bless you.